Hello everyone, welcome to Architecture 402. My name is Sayeed Wahidullah Nasiri. In today's video, I am going to talk about a case study on site plan and parking design in a hospital and the role and regulations and their requirements, and also analyzing some plans. During my researches, I find out one of the most successful hospital which has been constructed in Australia. The name of this hospital, it is Sunshine Coast University Hospital. This hospital is famous by using the natural landscape for orientation to create a hospital, blending buildings with landscape and smoothly linking inside to out. The primary building are organized around a main courtyard comparable in size of two Olympic swimming pools. A green spine sets up a key site access, clearly designated drop-off zones and the main entry. Throughout all levels of the building courtyard continue the integration of landscape. Light walls punctuate the hospital built form. Clinic departments are collected in the west building, while the east building houses the research and teaching facility of this arc. The mental health unit sites adjacent to the emergency department. Inpatient units capture maximum view and form physical links between the SARC and clinical areas. A dedicated facility management center collectors operational function access through a dual tunnel and overhead link. 100 place childcare center sites above the public hospital car park, which is simple and legible to use with dedicated staff and public zone. The private hospital is located adjacent to the hub, which forms a dynamic public town square and meeting place. The outdoor room uniquely reflects local lifestyle, a perfect space to meet, greet, and spend time together. Clearly highlighted main entry warmly welcomes patients and visitors who can easily see cafes, retail, and the information area. The active hospital street opens out to into the main courtyard, feature eating, relaxing, and play areas. On western edge, it provides a tranquil outlook for the cancer center. Pastoral care sites it's located on the southern end of the main courtyard with specialized entries such as maternity and cancer care. Running along the eastern boulevard, the south creates a new high street which arrives at the outer and town square, forming an access point with the green spine and public transport junction. On the southern lane, a low traffic landscape, thoroughfare staff and pedestrians use the overhead bridge links to access the hospital from the car park. The critical emergency department is strategically located towards the end of the southern lane, easy to find from any point in the campus. And now I'm going to talk about one of the most important part while we are designing a hospital that are included in three, which are parking, landscape, and building blocks. At the micro levels, main buildings block is feature zoned in emergency, IPD, OPD, and service block. Three main entrance and front for emergency, IPD, and OPD, and there should be a rare entry for staff kitchen and service through the exit fire. Now, these are some information about most important part of the hospital, which is radiology, and radiology includes X-ray rooms, admission room, that it requires at least 25 to 30 meters square. And radiology also requires sonography, mammography, CT scan room, and angiography room and changing room and restroom and ultrasound room. The station doctor provides with the 16-20 meter square room, include desk shelves and examinations couch. This is a plan that, as an example, should be designed properly for the station doctor. A radiology room that has been shown in this slide with bubble diagrams minimum should have this kind of requirements, such as general x-ray, mammography, and ultrasound and cross-sectional imaging. The laboratory department, the purpose is concerned mostly with the preparation and processing of blood, urine, and fossil samples. The location of the laboratory is separated from treatment and nursing areas. And the area requirements for the laboratory itself is a large room with a built-in workplace to offer a high level of flexibility. Nursing team. For the nursing team, each station is served by independent nursing team. As the nurse workstation has to be constantly occupied, it is to be linked to nurse kitchen and restroom. It should be suited in a central position, and the area has to be required up to 25 to 30 meters squares. And this is information about an X-ray room, and X-ray room usually located on the ground floor, and in the area requirements are waiting area, examination, and the room should be dark. And these are as small information about the supply and dispose of laboratory route. The corridors and the circulation in a hospital is very important. In case if we want to design it, we should consider some requirements. It must be designed for the maximum expected circulation flow. General access corridor must be at least 1.50 wide. Corridors in which patient will be transported on trolleys should have a minimum effective weight of 2.25 meters. Suspended ceilings in corridors may be installed up to 2.40 meters. The effective weight of the corridor must be constructed by projection, columns, or other building elements. And this is an information about the patient rooms. A patient room can be located, can be single bed, and it can be up to 6 beds. But if you want to design a hospital patient's room, the center of the floor, it should be the nursing station. And this is a ground floor plan that has been designed by one of master's professors in a hospital. That it should include waiting, reception, CT scan, OPD, laundry, and emergency lobby, ICU, heart station, dining, and staff dining, altitudes, and security office, and LT room, X-ray, and rental diagnostic. On the circulation of a hospital, it is very important. It should have different entrance from different part of the project. And it should be that the main corridor of a hospital, the average width should be 10 meters at least. And it should have a main entrance and an emergency entry and a service entry and a doctor entry and an OPD entry if we are going to have an OPD in our project. In this slide, I'm going to talk about how we can design a proper parking to our project. Parking can be provided in three ways, and we have short term. In the short term should be such a place that they can be used by visitors, can be provided on the ground floors, and we have long term parking. On the long term parking provide for the people working in an office and can be provided in the basement or on the top roof. And we have service core parking. It provides for the service traffic, should be provided on the backside of the building for easy loading and unloading for goods. And this is an example of how we're going to design a proper parking for a hospital. And these are some information about rules and about the distance and about the circulation in a hospital. This is a ramp. We have to follow some rules if we are going to have a basement for our project. It should be the slope for the ramp around 20% at least, so the car can easily go up and come down. And the width of the slope and the street, it should be around 3.66 meter wide for each cars. And we have a circulation area for the pedestrian and the movement. Pedestrian space serves two functions: movement and circulation and relaxation area. They must be busy and colorful, exciting and stimulating, must make walking enjoyable. Three function sculptures, morals, as well as architecture of freestanding, structural or a visual part of the overall scheme.